29 years old. I'm a carpenter, and I started losing my hair when I was about 19 years old. Started thinning on top, which when you're, obviously at that age, you're going out with your pals, it's hard work. You spend a lot of time, energy looking at it, worrying about it. I was one of the only ones in my group of friends losing my hair, so it sort of singled me out for a bit of banter with the boys. Of course you wing it and you take it, but it does beat you down a little bit here and there. Over the years, throughout my 20s, I guess, it just became apparent I was spending a lot of time, energy, etc. worrying about this one thing. If I was to stand in front of the mirror, the first thing I'd do is directly look. Car windows, you can just see. And of course the boys used to think it was funny that I've got a shiny head, which I didn't mind, I bantered with them, but it does get to you. And it become apparent sort of like, in the last couple of years, I would like to do something about it. Some of the other options are just unaffordable and just never an option. Hair transplants, etc. Just never an option, it's just too expensive. I didn't care that much, but then when I heard about Up Here Natural, had a look, I thought that could work because I shaved my head anyway. And so I gave Ollie a call and we went from there. I saw on Facebook certain ads, etc. Looked into it a little bit more, looked at his YouTube page, which is like really, really good. It explains a lot. You get to hear people who have been through it, such as myself, etc., talk. And just like everyone said, Ollie gets involved on a personal level with you and makes you feel right at home. You have to trust his judgment, you have to, because you're going in a bit blind. The way I've seen it though is, what is the worst that can happen? You're unhappy, take the gamble. You can remove it if you don't like it. And for the money it is, it's really a small price to pay for a bit of happiness. To be honest, leading up to when I was going to have the treatment, one of the biggest things I kept asking Ollie, etc., was like, what are people's reactions? Because suddenly you go from like bald to having this hairline, and you're kind of half expecting everyone to look at you and be like, what's just happened? To be honest, like Ollie said, not many people notice, which is exactly the reaction I wanted. I actually thought to myself, I'd probably try and not tell people and just sort of see how it went. To be honest, I find myself boasting about it. I end up telling people and they're like, no way, they can't believe it. I'm like, it's true. And I'm actually kind of proud of it in a way, And since then, it's like a massive weight off your shoulders. I'm actually a little bit annoyed with myself that I didn't do it earlier. I wasted my whole 20s worrying about how I look, how it looks, how it comes across, that I'm young, I'm going bald, etc. And I'm annoyed with myself I didn't do it earlier, to be honest, because it's just a weight off your shoulders. You just feel your confidence goes through the roof, and that's what you want. It's a bargain for the way you feel afterwards.